Hi guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a strength circuit. It's a body resistance strength circuit. I'll try to use as little equipment as I possibly can because I know most people are not going to have anything. But if you have some weights or whether it's dumbbells or kettlebells or whatever, you could use them in the circuit. So I'm just going to start off with a squat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do each exercise for 30 seconds. But you could do it for, if 30 seconds is too much, you could do it for 15 seconds or whatever. Or if it's too short, you could do 45 seconds or even up to 60 seconds. So that's entirely up to yourself. But each exercise I do, I give you a beginner, intermediate and advanced. And you can decide whichever one you want to do and the length of time as well. So I'm just going to start off with something easy. These are only 5 kg. You could use whatever weight you want or none if that's what you want to do. So I'll time it and so each one will be 30 seconds. So I'll go through it. So remember, when you're going to squat, keep the weight down in your heels and don't let your knees go over your toes. Keep your head up all the time. So as I said, each one of these is going to be 30 seconds. So just control the speed of your descent especially. And then make sure you come all the way back to the top. So we'll do one more and we'll rest. Okay, so that's 30 seconds. So as I say, you could do it longer, and obviously you could do it with heavier weights or you could do it with lighter weights as well. So the next one I'm going to do is a press up. So I'm going to give you a few different options in terms of how you can do them. So we start with the easiest option, which is your box press up. So it's just into that position and allowing your chest to go down to the floor. The next option will be to roll off your knees and go up and down. And then the last one will be your full press up. So it's the full one that I'm going to do. Again, it's going to be 30 seconds. But you can choose whatever one you want to do. So again, that's 30 seconds, and you could choose whatever version you want to do. So we're going to move on and we're going to do some lunges. I'm going to choose the static lunge. It'll be easier to control it. Again, if you want, you could add weights to this, or you could decide not to add weights. So as I said, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do 30 seconds, but I'm going to do 15 seconds on each leg. You could decide I'm going to do 30 seconds on each leg or a minute or whatever it is you want to do. But I'm going to swap it halfway. So when you're doing this one, don't let that knee come over your toe. And as you're coming back to the top, push through your heels. I'm pushing through that left heel. As I come up, push the left heel into the floor. So there's 30 or 15 seconds. And there's 30 seconds. Okay. So for some of you, you'll need to use a much heavier weight. For others, you mightn't use any weight at all. So for the next one, we're going to go back on the floor again, and we're going to do, it's what they call a Hindu press up. And the harder version is very tough, so I'll give you a few different options that you can choose. And don't be afraid to choose the easier ones, because the hard one is quite difficult. So I'll show you the full version first, and then I'll work back. So you'll see what I mean by how difficult it is. So you really need to start in that position there. And when you're doing this, drop your chest towards the floor and then arch up. Now this is the hard bit, is to drop your chest back down and push yourself out of that. So it's really this, the second phase is probably the more difficult. So that's the hardest one. The next version would be just to lower your chest down. Get yourself into that position and then just pop back up. So you're going to do them like that. Now by not lowering your chest back down, it's going to make that exercise much easier. And even if you find that too difficult, what I would do is just hold that position there. So that would be your easier version. So I'm going to go for 30 seconds. I'm going to do the harder version of this. There's your 30 seconds again. As I say, that last one is quite difficult to do. It's difficult to get the technique as well. But in terms of, it is a chest exercise, but there's a lot of shoulder in it as well. But there are a couple of different options there that you can use. Okay, so we're going to do this one for hamstrings. Again, you could add weights to this, or you could do them without them. So with this one, I'm going to start, and again I'm going to swap. So it's 30 seconds. I do 15 on each leg, but as I say, you could do the 30 seconds on one leg. So with that, the leg is on the floor. Try to keep that leg as straight as you can. But the leg is coming up, keep it straight, and try to get your legs and your upper body level at the top. Rather than looking like this, you'll see the shape of my body is kind of arched rather than straight. So try and get it as straight as you possibly can. As I say, I'm trying not to use too much equipment, but I am going to use these for this next one. Now, you could also use a chair or whatever, but whatever you do, make sure it's very secure. And it's probably best if you put it in tight to the wall. But as I say, you could use a chair for this. So this is a tricep dip. So I'm going to show you the easier version. So both feet are on the floor, and that would be your easier version. And then the next one would be to raise one leg up. And then the last and hardest one would be to prop your feet up. Now the higher I bring those feet up, the harder this becomes. So I could use both feet, or I could elevate one leg again. So again, I'm going to do 30 seconds. I'll swap the legs halfway. So that's the tricep dips. So as I say, you could use a chair, but just make sure that it's very secure when you do this. for this one, the easiest version on this is to have both feet on the floor, put your hands on the floor, head down. And all I'm going to do is push the hips up and down. So the next version would be for to do a single leg. And then if you want to make it harder, you could add a little bit of weight. Put the weight across the hip that you're working. So again, I'm going to do 30 seconds. I'll swap this halfway. So you have a couple of different versions, but remember the easiest one will have both feet on the floor. You can raise the arms in the air as well, just to add a little bit more to it, or obviously you can go heavier on the weights. So the next one we're going to do is just a Russian twist. So the easiest version, so I'll turn this way so you can see, put the hands on the floor and hold that position. Now if your hands are on the floor, don't push your legs in and out. Just stay in that position, pull your belly button in and make sure you don't get any pressure on your back. And the next version would be to take your feet up and then just rotate each side. And then the last one will be obviously to add some weight to it. So I'm going to add the weight to the med ball. So again, it's going to be 30 seconds. That's your Russian twist. So the next one we're going to do is a back extension. So the easier version of this is to put the hands by the side and then you're going to lift. The next version, hands here, and then the hardest one, hands at the front. Now remember to keep looking down at the floor, don't pick your head up when you do this. So I'm going to do the harder one again. That's your back extension. It's really important that you're not picking your head up or you're going to put pressure on your neck. So continue to look down at the floor. Raise your chest and shoulders off the floor as high as you can. But don't put too much pressure on the lower back. So with this one, this is going to work the inside of the thigh. And it could be, for this, I'm going to use the steps, but you could use a chair. The chair will work just as well. So with this one, in terms of versions, the easiest one will be this one, where I'm going to bring that top leg forward and I'm going to lift the bottom leg. So if I start here, working the top leg into that position, and it's actually the bottom leg you're going to work. You're going to lift up and down. And that would be the easiest one. And then the next one would be to put the leg up there. What I'm going to do is I can support myself with that leg on the floor and just take whatever pressure I want in there. And then the last one would be I'm going to lift up and hold in that position. So again, I'm going to do the 30 seconds, but I'll swap halfway through it. So that's halfway. So as I say, that's going to work the adductors in here. Don't put too much pressure on the inside, because if you're not used to it, it's very easy to overload them. So make sure when you're doing, if you decide to put your foot up into that position, take a good bit of pressure on that leg, and then you can add as much or as little as you want, but just don't overdo it on that one. So we're only going to do two more. So we're going to do a plank. I'll give you three options on this as well. The easiest part, especially if you have any back issues or that, the easiest one for this is just to suck the belly button in. Imagine you're trying to pull your belly button towards your spine. So I'm literally going to suck it in and hold it. And that might be all you're able for at the moment. If you can, the next version would be to raise your hips. And then the last one will be the full plank. So again, it's going to be 30 seconds, and I'm going to do the harder one. Okay, so that's your plank. So then the last one we're going to do is a side plank. Again, I'll give you a few different options on this one. The easiest one is really hand on the floor like that, raise your legs. But suck your belly button in as tight as you can. When you're in this position, your hips want to roll back, but stack them directly over each other. Make sure when you look down your body, there's a straight line. So that's your easier one. That's your next one. And then the last one is that. So again, I'm going to do 30 seconds, but I'm going to swap halfway. As I say, you could do 30 seconds on one side, you could do 45 or 60, whatever it is you want to do. So I'll swap it halfway. Okay, so that's the full circuit. It's a very simple little body resistance circuit. I've tried to use as little equipment as I possibly could, but you should find it helpful. And as I say, the length of time you do is entirely up to you, and if you want, you could repeat it twice or three times or whatever length of time you want to do it. All depends on your level of fitness at the moment. But that's it, so enjoy the circuit.